How's it going? Wooden Spoon Supercoach here. I've been up since 4 a.m. It's currently 8 a.m. Just taking screenshots and clicking Control C, Control V. But we're here and we're ready to tier list all the cheapies. So, watching this video, you should be sorted to get your team right. I'm sorry if I'm a bit low energy. It's been a big morning. Starting off with Jazz Tabunga. So he's won the spot for dummy half at Manly. I forget how long it is before Croker comes back. Stick him straight in meh. I'm going to try and do this relatively quickly because we've got like 50 players here. Who said there's no cheapies this year? Tripping. Heath Mason, mega pod. I don't know when Tigers fullback comes back. Buller, I don't know when Buller comes back. But if Heath Mason gets a good stint and the Tigers do well, he could be a good option. But until then, he is also in meh. But if you wanted to roll the dice, you'd certainly do it with him. Marcelo Montoya is interesting with Carraz injured. Will the Bulldogs go to Blake Wilson's side, or will they favour Montoya's side, since Wilson won't be in the team long term? I'm going to put Montoya in good option. He's a bit more, but he'd be a meh if Kiraz was fit, but he's not. So, good option, but certainly not a must-have. We have our first Trap City, Jake Tungo. He's been named, but Bailey Simonson is set for a round 2 return, so he will be getting the Tamale treatment. Play 1, get dropped. Do not go there. It'll burn you. Nafahu White, good option. And I'm going to put him at the top of good option. He may find his way into must-have, but we'll see. We'll review it at the end. Tyrone Munro. Meh. If Latrell was fit, he'd be a good option, but with Latrell and Cam Murray down, I am not trusting any attacking flair Souths players, with a couple of exceptions. One of them we've got in here. We'll get to him eventually. Next, we've got Kobe Hetherington. Good option. Not sure how the minute split is, and I historically don't really know his minutes either, but it looks like the forwards in the Broncos are getting a bit of a shake-up, and he looks to benefit off that. This one's a meh, but I threw it in there because it was a surprise on the teams list. Blake Steep? Something B Steep. He's playing on the interchange. He is a forward, I believe. Yeah, he's got to be a forward. We know who the centres are. Yeah, he could be interesting. He is... now that I think about it, I really should have taken these screenshots with the prices in. So now I'm going to have to... I'll just fucking pop this over here so I can check. Blake Steep's 232k, so he's just about bottom dollar. Not a good option. Not meh. I think he's on slightly the higher end of meh. Same with Tyrone Munro. Just another... What the fuck? Let's just forget that happened. Hope Stewart. Looking at the teams list, I looked over him and said, who the fuck is this guy? Who he is on the bench for the Dragons. We know nothing about him, so he's meh. These meh guys are all going to be a watch for price changes. Lachlan Ilias, 458k. Also meh. I feel like meh is going to be very full, and that'll refine it down to the easy, good options and must-haves. Brendan Piakura, he's more than I thought. He's up above 400k, so he's meh. With the shuffling going on, we don't really know how that's going to affect him. Emre Gula is also meh. Could be a good option. I don't mind it. And you know what? The fact that he's starting might push him up into maybe the bottom of good option. Nah, I can't put Gula in good option. We need to see the minutes. Dodds in Trap City. He's stunk it up. He's lost his spot. Maybe we'll see him back, but fucking don't touch that. Solomon Fatape. Let me quickly check his price again. 355k. So last video I got confused between the break-evens and the projecteds. It might be a bit small, but you can see here his BE is 36, which is exactly what he's priced at. So I am right in saying that the BE is based off their price and it doesn't seem to fluctuate too much. But the numbers, I was getting it mixed up with the projected scores, and the projected scores are also based off their price. So it's basically the same thing, but there was a little misunderstanding there. Hopefully that clears that up. Solomon Fatape into meh, along with the others. Takora has not been named. Trap. He's been in a lot of people's teams just because he's cheap, but yeah. Why do some of these screenshots have prices and some of them don't? That is fucking annoying. Whatever. Owen Paddy, meh, which kills me. If it was up to me, I'd have him there because I love him. And look, if you're not having fun watching the games while you're playing Supercoach, then what are you doing it for? Yeah, I love Owen Paddy, but he's not a smart option. We've got our first must-have, Corey Horsburgh. No questions asked, get him in. He is fit as fuck. I was listening to a pod. I saw it on an Instagram reel. I don't actually know who the pod is, apologies, but they were talking about Horsburgh, and Ricky seems to do this thing where he picks like an absolute favourite player for a year, then he treats him like shit the next year, and then if they pass that test, then they become Ricky's boy, and I think we've just seen that with Horsburgh. Corey Pakes, I feel like he's not quite a must-have, but I feel like good option is underselling him. He has edged out Billy Walters for that spot. He's in my team, he'll be staying there. Marmazelis is a good option. He's not in must-have. I think he'll be consistent. He was tackling a lot in the trials, standard shit for a dummy half. But I think he's not quite on the level of Pakes and Horsburgh. He will be on the higher end of good option, though. So we'll stick him there. Sandon Smith, not a must-have, but a good option. I'm starting without him, which is really scary, because if you go different on your cheapies and it backfires massively. He's at the very top of good option. I just don't think the first few weeks he's going to do very well at all. I think the Roosters are going to get fucking spanked. He may even drop cash coming into price changes, and that's when I'll pick him up. Phoenix Crossland. I think we need another tier between good option and meh, but too late. I've been awake for too long already. Phoenix Crossland's a meh. Where is he? Top of meh for Crossland, because if the Knights do well, he will also do well. But we need to see that. If, say, he was in a team like the Broncos, then he'd be a good option, but the players around him matter. I think I've got Takora here again. Yep, get rid of him. Surprise, surprise, Jake makes errors when he's up at 4 a.m. Ethan Roberts. Now, was he named on the bench? I believe he was. Ethan Roberts not named. Very popular. He's a trap. Not much more to say there. Corey Horsburgh, I'm going to put 2 of him in must-have, because that's how much of a fucking must-have he is. Royce Hunt. People are cooling off on Royce Hunt, particularly after the trials. He played small minutes. I think he's kind of like what Jakey was to the Blues squad. He's just there for culture. I think he's a trap. He's not the worst trap here. Actually, no. Trap implies that he won't get picked and he won't play. He's at the very bottom of meh. Siwa Wong, also meh. He could be huge. It looks like his role is shifting a little bit this year, so he could find his way into good option. But he's not on Nafahu White's level, in my opinion. Lachlan Hubner, good option. Bottom dollar Cheapie at the Souths, who need their forward depth at the moment. So Cam Murray's gone for ages. I think with the forward shuffle, I think we could see that stay how it is for a while. Tyrone Thompson, did he get named? Tyrone Thompson did not get named. Another popular guy, he's a trap. Halangahu, same deal. He's a trap. Charlie Geimer is a good option. He's been named. It comes down to whether they make it into meh or good option. It also comes down to price. So, for example, Piakora and Geimer. Piakora is probably the better player, but he's 400k. So, this is very rough. guys, so don't sue me if you don't agree. If I've forgotten anyone as well, leave it in the comments and I'll let you know what tier I'd put him in. Voimanga, he's meh, unfortunately. He's already in my team, he's already scored. He did get updated. Once I've done this tier list, I'll go over the score updates from Vegas, because there are some big ones. Will Price, big meh. Where's he named? He's not named. Will Price, you are a trap, my friend. Rob Toya, must have. Any bottom dollar cheapie getting a start on the wing or the centres, basically a must have, even when it's the Cowboys. Rob Derby, I got confused with him in my last video. He's a trap, he hasn't been named. Jackson Purdue, I believe, is a must have. Tom Duffy. So, he's a good option because he's a halfback. I don't really like going a cheapie in the halves. If you're looking for him, then he's a must. If you're looking for a cheapie in the halves, he's a must have. But if you're kind of just figuring out what cheapies to get in, I wouldn't prioritise him at halfback. And plus, a lot of people are going to have the Cleary-Hines combination who have scored and locked out, so we can't do much there either. Jesse Arthurs is a good option. He's had some good games in the preseason and in the All-Stars. Sione Fainu, man, Finau, sorry. Apologies to all the Finau's, the Tulungis, Tuolungis. I'm not a fucking dictionary. That doesn't make sense. Whatever. He's a trap. He hasn't been named. 4 tries, not enough. Maybe try and score 6 next time, buddy. Stafford Toa, I really thought he was going to get the name, but Solomon Fatape's beat him to it. He's a trap. Shibasaki, I think he's a must-have. I haven't seen him at all. I've got no idea what he's like, but he's 232k and he's starting in a Broncos side, so I'll have him. Chanel Harris-Tavita, meh. He's not a trap, but I won't be going there. Jamie Humphries is a good option. Similar to Tom Duffy, I don't really like having cheapies in the halves, but I think from what we've seen, Humphries has more potential to become a keeper, but Tom Duffy is 100k cheaper and has to do less to make money, so I would go for him if you're looking for a cheapie in the halves. Jack Ashevsky, I don't trust this. It feels weird. I don't know if Madge is playing games with Piakora, but he's 232k, so he's going in good option. That could backfire. Lastly, Iongi. I think he's a must-have. I've mentioned in other videos, I've been seesawing this all year, but with Latrell gone, there isn't a third fullback I would like to bring in to partner Ponga and Turbo. There isn't really another fullback that is the points generator for their team. So that's my reason for putting Iongi back in, and I believe he's a must-have. If I've forgotten anyone, leave it in the comments, and I'll let you know what I think of them. But I'm pretty sure I've got everyone. But I did do this in the AMs, so moving on to the score updates now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up my video where I go over the scores and cross-reference them. Sorry about the cropping, by the way, when I go through different windows. This little board thing I've set up is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but whatever. So Xavier Savage has banked himself another 22 points. So he must have got a try and a line break assist or something along those lines. So that's quite huge for him. Ethan Strange got a little bit of an uptick. Seb Chris got a little bit of an uptick. How did Tamale rescore? He's the same. Corey Horsburgh got 1 more point. Huge. Hosking downgraded. So he must have had a couple of errors or something that didn't get counted. Oh, and Paddy found himself another 7 points, which his price is really good. He's scoring at his price now, so maybe he's not going to be a dud. Voimanga up to a 12 up to a 16, which is the same, and Luke Metcalf has only gone and doubled his points up to a 12. Fuck. What a save, Metcalf. What a must-have. Not too much to go over there. Isaiah Yeo upgraded to a 90 from a 89. Huge. Cleary, 63 to 68, which is just a lot more palatable, getting towards that 70. And Nico Hines breaking the 50, also a lot easier to stomach as well. God, I want Ramian. I want Ramian really bad. What's he cost? Probably 700k. 635. Maybe one day. We'll move over to the group league now. Alright, let's get this fucking prize pull over $100 this week. Metamorphosis. Wait, was it Metamorphosis? Who's the dude who keeps having a crack, but he just can't seem to get one? It is Metamorphosis. I'm looking at you, mate. Manly 13 plus is a lock, so you're going to make it into that number 2 slot easily. Broncos 13 plus, Melbourne 13 plus, St George 13 plus. Oh, and he wants to multi it. Oh, he's making up for some lost bets here. I'm rooting for you, bro. I really want you to hit one. Everyone else, leave a comment with a bet, just like Metamorphosis has, and I'm going to do all of them, split that $25 stake between all of them, and let's get that prize pool growing. Realistically, NRL would be ideal, but if you've got anything else you want to bet on, just fucking go for it. I don't care. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Good luck with all your teams. Good luck with your cheapies. Good luck with it all. Don't stress yourself out too much. Shit's going to go right. Shit's going to go wrong. It's fine. Have fun while you're doing it. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you all. Please leave a like and a comment. I've been up for 4.5 hours making this. I would really appreciate it. Cool, that's all. See you later. Uru, bye-bye.